The most interesting crack in Rome might be one you cannot see. Walk into the Pantheon and look up. Above you is the largest unreinforced concrete dome on Earth. No steel ribs, no modern rebar, just a 43-meter bowl of ancient concrete that has been hanging over people's heads for almost 2,000 years. Modern concrete spends its life fighting water. Some Roman concrete used water as part of the repair system. Welcome to Pocket Eureka, where big discoveries come in small doses. Today, why Roman concrete was not simply stronger than ours, what those tiny white lumps inside it were actually doing, and why a construction site frozen by Vesuvius may have preserved the recipe mid-mix. The Romans did not invent concrete from nowhere. They learned to combine lime, water, aggregate, and volcanic ash into a material that could set into stone-like mass. Near the Bay of Naples, that ash was famous, pozzolana, named for the area around Pozzuoli. That changed what Rome could build. Concrete could be packed into walls, vaults, baths, aqueducts, harbors, and domes. It let builders shape space instead of just stacking stone. But the Pantheon is not standing because the Romans had one magic ingredient. The building itself is a structural trick. The walls are massive. The dome gets thinner as it rises. The aggregate changes from heavier stone below to lighter volcanic material above. Coffers reduce weight. The oculus removes the most dangerous load at the crown. The chemistry mattered. The design mattered. The strange part is that, for centuries, one of the clues looked like bad workmanship. If you cut into some Roman concrete, you find little white chunks scattered through the mortar. For a long time, researchers often treated them as flaws, bits of lime that had not been mixed thoroughly enough. That explanation made sense if you assume Roman builders were trying to make modern concrete badly. But in 2023, researchers at MIT and their collaborators argued the opposite. Those lime clasts were not accidents. They were evidence of a hotter, more reactive way of mixing. Instead of first turning quicklime into a smooth lime paste, the Romans may have mixed quicklime directly with volcanic ash and water. That reaction releases heat. It can leave behind brittle, porous, lime-rich fragments inside the concrete, which sounds like a defect until a crack forms. Water enters the crack. It reaches one of those lime clasts. Calcium dissolves into the water, travels through the tiny gap, and recrystallizes as calcium carbonate. In plain English, the crack gets mineral stitches. In lab tests, hot mixed concrete samples were cracked, then exposed to flowing water. The Roman-style samples sealed themselves. The control samples kept leaking. That was the mechanism. The missing piece was archaeological proof that builders really mixed this way. Then Pompeii offered something almost absurdly perfect. A construction site stopped mid-job in 79 CE. When Vesuvius erupted, it did not just preserve finished walls and painted rooms, it also buried work in progress. Researchers later analyzed material piles, unfinished masonry, tools, and wall samples from a newly excavated site. The key clue was not just that the concrete contained lime clasts, it was that intact quicklime fragments appeared pre-mixed with dry volcanic material before water was added, exactly the step needed for hot mixing. For a science story, that is delicious. A lab result became a crime scene reconstruction, except the crime scene was a Roman job site frozen under volcanic ash. And Roman concrete has a second trick, especially in the ocean. Modern seawater is brutal to concrete infrastructure. Salt water can carry chlorides inward. In reinforced concrete, those chlorides help steel corrode. Rust expands, the concrete cracks, more water enters, and the structure begins to lose the fight from the inside. Roman harbor concrete had no steel cage to rust. It also used volcanic ash that kept reacting after it was placed. In ancient seawalls and piers, seawater seeped through the material and reacted with the volcanic ingredients. Over time, it helped grow minerals such as aluminous tobamorite and phillipsite. These crystals formed in the microscopic spaces of the concrete, reinforcing the material instead of simply attacking it. That is the reversal that made the short work. The ocean that destroys many modern harbors was, in some Roman structures, part of the strengthening process. Not every Roman wall was miraculous, not every recipe was the same, But in the right place, with the right volcanic ash and mixing method, the material was dynamic. It changed with its environment. So why not rebuild everything like the Romans did? Because modern concrete is optimized for a different world. Portland cement is standardized, it gains strength predictably. It works at massive scale with modern codes, schedules, pumps, forms, and reinforced structures. Roman marine concrete was slower. It could be lower in early compressive strength. Its volcanic ingredients varied by location. And a bridge, hospital, or skyscraper cannot wait centuries for a satisfying mineral growth montage. But the lesson still matters because concrete is everywhere. After water, it is often described as the most used material on Earth, and cement production accounts for roughly 8% of global CO2 emissions. Every structure we can make last longer means less demolition, less replacement, and less new cement. The Roman secret is not that ancient people were smarter than us. It is that their material was allowed to behave less like a dead block and more like a slow chemical system. Modern researchers are chasing that idea now. Concretes that seal their own cracks, bind more carbon, use less Portland cement, or survive longer in aggressive environments. The white flecks were not sloppy mixing. They were a maintenance crew waiting inside the wall. And that may be the real lost recipe. Build so tiny failures do not become disasters. Build so water, time, and chemistry can help the structure fight back. Rome did not make immortal concrete. It made concrete with a memory of how to heal. That's today's Pocket Eureka. Subscribe and keep your curiosity switched on.